Lonesome knowing Radio from Hell is starting.
In Mill Creek?
Mill Creek.
Probably feeling a little bit sad.
Yes.
Because on this day.
On this day. Well, yesterday.
Yeah. Roger McLaughlin, Little River Band co-founder, died at the age of 71. He had pancreatic cancer.
He had the cancer.
Yeah, that'll get you. That'll get you.
The cancer.
Lonesome Loser, written by David Briggs, performed by the soft rock music group Little River Band. This it's not reminiscing.
Yes, it is.
No, it is. It was a lead single from their studio album First Under the Wire. It peaked at number 6, becoming the band's third top 10 hit. And they had many others.
Many, many, many.
Friday night, it was late, I was walking you home. We got down to the gate and I was dreaming of the night.
Not my favorite kind of music.
No.
But I have to say it's very well done for what it is.
Yeah.
Very well done.
The, was it the Columbia Record and Tape Club?
Yeah.
Remember, if you
Yeah, for 1 penny.
Yeah. They would send you a record unless you told them not to.
Like a threat?
Yeah, it was like they featured a record like once a month or
Yeah.
something like that. And it was like, this is our featured record, and unless you tell us not to send it to you, we're going to send it to you.
And bill you more than it would cost
And
you
bill
at the
you.
store.
Exactly. And I remember I forgot to send in the I Don't Want the Best of Little River Band record.
Well, there you go.
But I got it,
Yeah.
and I went, okay, all right. I'll listen to it. Why not?
There's been a lot of cool change. a lot of controversy about the band. Who is Little River Band?
Who
That
is Little River Band?
Some people said we're Little River Band, and another group of them said no, we're Little River Band. You know, they had internal problems.
I don't know anything about them. So
Australian.
I know who they're not.
They're not anything anymore.
They're no Pablo Cruz.
Well, they are no Pablo Cruz, that's for sure. This will give you some idea of who they are. In 2015, they were awarded the best casino band of the decade.
Best casino band.
Yes, because they played casinos primarily. and you know, people will go to the shows, and there'll be people in the audience holding their arms in the air and singing along with these.
Oh, yeah, they
these
know all the
songs.
words,
Yeah.
man.
And I love you best. You're not like the rest. You're there when I need you. You're there when I need.
See, I know all the words.
Exactly.
Gonna need you.
It's from years of working top 40 radio.
Yeah. I kind of like Cool Change.
You like Cool Change?
I kind of do, yeah.
Okay, how about this one? Because I had this one loaded until I found Lonesome Loser.
It used to be so easy to be your lover.
Yeah, I'm not real familiar with this one.
Let me get to it.
I'm getting lost in the crowd. Hear me crying out loud.
Gina's yelling at the radio somewhere.
Just want you to know.
She's yelling the name of this song now.
I know that you
Or she's singing along.
yeah, I'm not the person to have here today. Because all I think of when I think of the other guys, excuse me, Little River Band is the other guys.
Pablo Cruz?
Yes. Uh-huh.
I'll go the minstrel road without you.
Yeah, no, this one doesn't. I don't.
This is a particularly bad one.
What, I'm trying to think. I'm trying to think of the other Australian band whose members. One of them lives here.
Air Supply?
Air Supply. That's what. Yeah, Air Supply. I was thinking, did this guy who died, did he live here? Oh wait, no, that's Air Supply. It's not Little River Band. Air Supply.
This conversation's going great.
You should be learning something.
I'm trying to. I don't even know where to begin.
Well, I mean, what do you want to know? These are bands from the 70s.
Look, I'll say this. I have never listened to the full thing of Lonesome Loser before. I didn't know it got so big in the end.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
huge crescendo.
Yeah, and their songs are very well put together. So that's Little River Band. The Air Supply was another huge Australian band of the same kind of,
Yeah.
soft rock sort of stuff.
But again, they're no Pablo Cruz.
No, they are no Pablo Cruz. This
is Pablo, Cruz.
Okay.
You know this one, don't you, Nick?
Give it a sec.
Well, when you
I'm gonna give you I'm gonna give you an excuse to go down the Pablo Cruz hole today.
Please.
There you go.
When my baby smiles for me, I go to Rio de Janeiro. Mio mio, I go wildin' and I have to do the samba and la bamba.
song written by an Australian who was married to Liza Minnelli
Oh, is that right?
and died of AIDS.
Oh.
This is probably their most well known.
Actually, there's one just above this.
Is there? And there is no Pablo Cruz. Nick.
Is there not?
There is no Pablo Cruz. That's just the name of the
Just
band.
the name of the
Gotcha.
band. It's like Molly Hatchet.
There's not a guy in the band named Pablo Cruz. Yeah, this is probably more popular than.
I've heard this.
It'd be pretty hard not to have heard it.
Yeah. Pablo Cruz.
Trying to think of that guy's name that wrote Rio.
I don't know.
This has been Farting Around with Carrie, Bill, and Gina on X96, Radio from Hell.
Yep. It is. Now we're going to take a break. That was really farting around. We'll take a break, and then we will get to the meat of the show. We'll officially begin it. And you can check in with us here on this last day of the week, Friday, 877-602-9696. We'd like to hear from you in the morning, 877-602-9696. Or you can, of course, text us. It's 339.
It's often said that the people of Utah speak a language all their own. It's a language that's often confusing and even incomprehensible to newcomers here in the Beehive State. So, Radio from Hell presents a handy guide to help everyone understand how the natives speak. It's the Utah word of the day. And today's word is...
eyes. That's I''Z, eyes. Today we'll hear a conversation between the mayor of Mona, Utah, Don Criddle, and his excitable son, Denver. Today, the big news that has swept the little town of Mona is the possibility of opening a shooting range somewhere within the city limits. We'll hear first from Mayor Criddle as he tells Denver about last night's Mona City Council meeting. Again, the word is eyes.
Standing room only, Denver, at last night's council session. I had to wield the mayoral gavel on several occasions. My dang arm is tired from all that banging and pounding.
Well, what was the people so charged up about, Daddy? Did Glade Jensen from Public Works finally tell folks about the increase in fees because the city water treatment plant has fallen to pieces?
No, son, not that. And remember, that fee increase is top secret for the time being, so take a look. I can't tell folks about that until after the election. So don't go talking to anybody about that.
I know. I told you I can keep a secret. Why was everyone at the council so excited?
Well, because, hang on to something, because this is something you've been wanting to have here in Mona, Denver. They was all excited because I think we are finally going to get our own shooting range.
A gun range? A freaking gun range. Oh, Daddy, my dream is going to come true. You know how much I love shooting stuff. I'm a gun nut, Daddy. Where's the range going to be? Can I ride my bike there? Oh, what glorious news.
I was thinking that you'd be over the moon about this, but calm down a bit if you can, because, well, we don't know where the range will be just yet. Ed Spooner's been looking for a spot, but he's come up empty so far.
Well, Daddy, I was just saying the other day that the Cranor gravel pit would be an ideal spot to shoot guns. Spooner asked old man Cranor about that?
Well, yeah, but old man Craner's got other plans for that gravel pit. So when Spooner went to the county road department about using their gravel pit, but the super there said, absolutely not, because people keep shooting up the heavy equipment we store here. He said he was a Second Amendment supporter, too.
I didn't shoot any of them bulldozers, Daddy. I was nowhere near there.
And we had the lady who runs the range over to Rocky Ridge, and she told us first that she supports the Second Amendment, and then second, that people who come to the range, but instead of using the targets...
I didn't shoot the trash cans.
They shoot up the trash cans. Denver, the way you protest your innocence, you sound like someone who has a guilty
I'm
conscience.
just making sure that you know that my hands are clean. So what happened? Where's our gun range going to be, Daddy?
Well, we don't know just yet, son. But Spooner's going to keep looking. He's a determined man.
And he's a believer in the Second Amendment.
Well, I was just going to say that.
Join us again some other time as we examine how the Utah natives speak with the Utah Word of the Day.
Six.
All right, 6:21. Let's get this over with.
Yep. Give us a call, 877-602-9696. That's the number. We like to hear from you in the morning. Check in with the Radio from Hell show. You can also text us at 33986. Just an addendum, a footnote to farting around. Peter Allen is who wrote I Go to Rio. And this is great. He met Liza Minnelli at the London airport, Oh, by the way, Peter Allen also wrote and lived off the money for "I Honestly Love You" by Olivia Newton-John. He met Liza Minnelli. They were engaged at Trader Vic's in 1964, and then they married in New York. They were married for 4 years.
Trader Vic's, where I got Gina very, very drunk.
Yeah, this was the Trader Vic's in the London Hilton.
Oh, the London.
Yeah, so there you go. All right, do we have an official sponsor here?
Yes, we do. Participate in the Utah Division of Consumer Protection's free annual Declutter Day event, Friday, April 18th. That's today at the University of Utah's Guardsman's Lot. Safely destroy your sensitive documents, household items, and discard outdated medication. Visit dcp.utah.gov/declutter for details.
The moon, I saw it peeking out of the clouds as I pulled into the parking lot this morning. It was just right overhead. It is 74.7% of full. It's a waning gibbous moon. The moon will set today at 9:50 a.m. Today being Friday, it's the 18th day of April in the year of our Lord, Jesus Christ, 2025. It is Good Friday, commemorating the death of Jesus on Calvary, the site just outside the walls of Jerusalem where Jesus was crucified. It seems odd to me that they call it Good Friday.
Yeah, it sounds like, yeah.
Wasn't good for some people.
Yeah. Jesus and those two guys to either side of him.
Yeah.
But I looked it up. Good is in the biblical sense meant holy. And some people say good was also, it was originally God Friday, and then somebody stuck an O in there. It's National Animal Cracker Day, National Piñata Day. For Katie, it is Velociraptor Awareness Day.
Oh, I'm aware.
And also International Jugglers Day.
Okay.
I love animal crackers. National Animal Cracker Day. And this is an all-new edition of the Radio from Hell show, starring the Lords of Morning Radio, Kerry Jackson, right there, putting on his hat. I'm Bill Allred, lusting after some animal crackers. Gina Barberi still out. I think she probably will be back Monday. That's my guess. So filling in is Nick's your buddy, Nick's your pal. Katie for short is our fine producer, and I believe it was Maya I saw this morning. Yes, there she is. Hi, Maya. And there's the dog taking a nap as usual. He looks almost dead in that. You know, it's just like, so, that dog can sleep so deeply.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Wish I could.
Yeah, me too. So let's see. What check-ins? 877-602-9696. Nobody's used the phone yet.
I think everybody's gripping their wheel this morning.
Well, it's I think a lot of people are going down to the dunes.
Dunes.
That's what you do on Easter. We go down to the dunes.
That's a thing?
Oh, jeez.
I've never heard of that.
I
know where the dunes are.
There are so many things you've never heard of.
Apparently. But why?
There is an onslaught of people who go down to the dunes on Easter.
Yep.
It's just
they get their four-wheelers and they go stink up the great outdoors.
And they have to. I heard a little piece on the radio early this morning. Now remember, when you go to the dunes, you can't burn pallets. We don't allow burning pallets. If you find an archaeological something of archaeological significance, don't pick it up. And if you have your four-wheeler, you must have a license. So it's the dunes for Easter, baby.
All right. Sketchy Blake of Ogden checking in. Let's see. Timing of the bird squawks in the song was fire today.
They were great. Nice job.
April in American Fork checking in. Okay, chat. All together now. They ain't no Pablo Cruz. Right Wing Wade checking in. Tree of Maine. Hey, it's your easy to sing to top 40s today on Farting Around with the Lords. My mom loved Air Supply. They came home from a concert and found 3-year-old me asleep in their bed with mom's makeup all over my face and all of their shoes lined up on the stairs. Wow.
And that began a life of drag.
Yeah. Mixer driver Shane checking in from Orem. Mike in Nashville. Rye from Orem. Perry City listener. There is ice on my truck.
Really?
Safe to say it's a little cold this morning.
Up there toward Box Elder County, huh?
I've heard that it was snowing out west as well.
Let me get on that.
Get on that, would you?
Harriman, I think I heard there was some snow there.
Meshach of Erda checking in while floating through the morning in that mellow farting around. Tristan from the most west of Jordan's checking in. Quick, Nick, AJ Styles or Logan Paul?
Oh, I hate to root for AJ Styles, but him
Yeah.
over Logan Paul every day.
This is Dominic Bonacci checking in from Clearfield. Going to be driving up to Preston, Idaho today to deliver some lumber. Well, good luck with that.
I wonder if Dominic Bonacci has some Italian heritage.
I wonder.
Moni
here checking in from Taylorsville, watching y'all on x96.com/live. The dancing during farting around was top notch. Johnny B checking in, listening while sanding putty into the nail holes in the front entry shelves that I put up yesterday, and anxiously waiting for Jimmy's spot to drink a cocktail I made this morning.
Me as well.
Jimmy Santangelo coming up.
Yeah.
Patrick, the friendly neighborhood middle school teacher, checking in. I am not Pablo Cruz either. Alex the chemist, Troy of Riverton, Ron the carpenter, Dr. Neal, Michaela Verino. Happy Easter. Don't fertilize any eggs.
Okay.
All right.
I promise. I actually would be unable to fertilize any eggs. That's been all cut off.
Chef Roy checking in.
You're dropping a lot of info over today. and
I mean, I
yesterday.
didn't just get a vasectomy. I just said, just take it off.
Between that and your inner 14-year-old girl, we're learning a lot about you.
Ben and Peter, a father and son duo, checking in. Nitro checking in from Clinton. Nitro.
3 inches of snow in Harriman.
Wow.
Damn.
Animal crackers are $4 a box. Is that right? That can't be right.
What? No.
You getting them at Trader Joe's? Is that what you're...
No.
The expensive snack store? Kevin from Layton checking in. Tim the tree guy. Thinking I could use a new bed. It's killing me. Well, I wonder if it's the bed, Tim. Easter, Jeep, Safari, and Moab.
Yeah, that's another thing they do.
Austin of North Ogden. Tom from Reno.
I can get a box of Barnum's original animal crackers at Walmart for $2.16.
I just saw that as well.
That
Yeah.
seems a little much anyway, but...
Tom from Reno says the greatest threat to unearthed archaeological sites are badgers.
The greatest threat to archaeological is badgers?
Well, we got to get rid of badgers then, by that logic.
Les, the hairstylist, checking in. I already can't wait to go to bed tonight. Everyone's excited for WrestleMania. Checking in from Tooele. Woke up with a little layer of snow, and it's snowing out there just a little bit.
Now, really, is everyone excited for WrestleMania?
Everybody is excited for WrestleMania, Bill.
You want to poll the room here?
With the exception of my wife,
And
who
me.
is going to watch me watch it alone this weekend.
I could give 2 squirts.
No, I have no desire to see it
Anything that benefits the McMahons.
I tried so hard to convince my family to go out there this weekend, but
2 to 3 inches of snow in Eagle Mountain, a.k.a. Utah's Florida. Hey, Jay, the former intern, checking in. Richard, who is a dick, checking in.
Oh, there's a Richard who's not a dick,
And a Richard
and then
who is
there's
a
a Richard. No, I'm a dick. I swear. Yeah, I wear it.
Lacey, Lily, and Alice checking in from Spanish Fork. Everybody's here. Let's go.
All right.
Traffic. I probably should have looked at this before we got to it, but I-215 southbound. There is a crash near Taylorsville that at the moment is just putting some debris on the roadway, but doesn't seem to be causing any slowage. Whether people are missing that debris or it's out of the way is really up, in the air, but that's the only traffic I'm seeing at the moment. You can always text me your traffic report, though. 33986 is the text line where you can send that to me. That's all brought to you by Tracy Aviary. From bird shows and roaming encounters to nature play and keeper talks, there's always more to see with a visit to Tracy Aviary. Learn more at tracyaviary.org.
All right. Dominic is confirming that he does have some Italian heritage.
Dominic Bonaducci or whatever. Yeah.
So he's confirming now. All right, we will take a break, play a song. After the song, it's Big Boy News, and Frank Christ presents the Dead Celebrity Game. We'll tell you how to play What You'll Win coming up.
Halloweeny.
List of
It's 11 spine-tingling hauntings said to be true in Utah.
said to be
Said
true.
to
Well,
be
then it must
true.
be fact then, right?
It's Radio from Hell with another list, because people love a good list. X96.
I'm gonna put my logical, scientific mind to this.
Okay. Number 1, the White Lady of Latuda.
Oh, yeah, I've heard about this.
The little town of Latuda was a booming mine town at the turn of the 20th century, but in 1927, an avalanche ripped through the town, killing several residents. A woman in a white dress is often seen wandering around the vacant buildings. Many people believe she's the widow of a miner who died.
I think this one's true.
Number 2,
Okay.
young girl's ghost at Moon Lake.
Oh, yeah.
If you go camping at Moon Lake in the high Uintas, you might run into the ghost of a young girl. Several campers have reported she appears in broad daylight, soaking wet and shivering. As they try to give her assistance, she disappears right in front of them.
Mm-hmm.
Well, if it's on Facebook, it must be true.
I think it's true.
Clem, the Civil War soldier at Fort Douglas.
Clem, right up there by the University of Utah.
Fort Douglas is said to be home of several ghosts, but Clem is the most popular.
Why?
He's thought to be a Civil War soldier who was murdered by a disgruntled private at the fort in 1899. Clem is short and stocky. Have you seen him, Bill?
I have.
He has a beard.
Mm-hmm.
He's often seen wandering among the headstones at the Fort Douglas Cemetery.
Yeah.
Facebook says it's true.
Speaking of cemeteries, Salt Lake City Cemetery is the final resting place for more than 125,000 people.
It's just lousy with ghosts.
Visitors report hearing footsteps, seeing orbs, hearing the cries of people.
Yeah.
Some have even seen children running around the cemetery who disappear into thin air
Yep.
when approached.
Now, Steph in our chat room, who I trust implicitly when it comes to politics and news, she says that the white lady is real.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Ghostly children at Murray Park. Sometimes ghost stories pop up in unexpected places. Murray Park is a beautiful park, shady trees, plenty of grass for picnics, 4 different playgrounds. People at the park often report seeing a young boy and his little sister on the playground. They both seem distraught, but the kids disappear when people approach.
Well, they want to go help them, but then they're ghosts.
So far, you've agreed with all these,
I think
Bill.
And I know I've seen Clem.
The legend of Dead Horse Point State Park is a horrifying tale.
Oh, it sure is.
It's said that cowboys were poaching horses from the native people in the area and drove the horses to the natural corral on the peninsula of land that sits far above the Colorado River. Then the thieves abandoned the horses who died of thirst. Campers at the state park report hearing the stamping of hooves and whinnies of horses late into the night.
Facebook says it's true.
The ghost of Holken Olson, the first owner of the Shooting Star Saloon.
Oh, up in Huntsville.
Utah's oldest continuously operating bar is said to be haunted by its original owner. Holken Olson was apparently quite a character. He owned and operated the bar all the way through Prohibition. Several staff throughout the years claim to have seen him, and they say he often turns the lights on after they leave.
What? Well, that's not very energy conscious.
He doesn't care. He's a ghost.
Yeah,
American Fork Canyon is beautiful, but many people claim that it's full of unexplained paranormal activity. Timpanogos Cave is said to be haunted by spirits who brush up against people during the cave tour. You've done the tour, Bill.
I have, and several spirits rubbed up against me rather vigorously.
Now, did this happen, though? People have reported ghostly hitchhikers plague drivers who then, after they leave the cave, they come with them.
Yeah.
So you're telling me...
Hitchhiking ghosts.
Beware of hitchhiking ghosts.
Yes.
At Timpanogos,
It might seem odd to find ghosts at a municipal building, but some people who work at the Salt Lake City and County building, we'll have to ask Mayor Mendenhall about this, swear that it's haunted. It's thought that at least 5 different ghosts haunt the halls and offices there, including 2 children, a previous Salt Lake City mayor. Oh, it's Dee Dee Cordini, don't you think?
Probably. See, the mayor's a politician, though. She'll try to cover this up. We know it to be true.
Grafton is Utah's most famous ghost town. It was the site of several tragedies over the years. Visitors wander through the cemetery, report hearing chilling screams, eerie laughter. Finally, this. The Purple Lady at the Rio Grande Depot.
Right down the road.
If you visit the restroom at the Rio Grande Depot, you may see a lady dressed in purple in the mirror.
Well, I accidentally went into the ladies' room, and there she was.
She's said to be a woman who got into an argument with her fiancé on the train platform. She took off her engagement ring, threw it on the tracks, and then immediately regretted her actions. climbed down to retrieve it, and was struck by a train and killed. She's seen in several different spots throughout the depot.
I think that one is true as well. I think all of those are true.
I thought you were going to bring science, Bill, but you...
Well, my scientific mind says those are all true. Because so many people have seen them and recounted the stories, it must be true.
What? There's no other explanation.
No, I don't think so.
Now, when Sue and I first moved in together, I convinced her that our house that we were in was haunted.
Why did you do
Just having a little fun?
Well, it's just, I would, fart in the next room. And she would say, "What's that?" And I'd say, "Oh, it was a ghost, clearly." It was a ghost.
The farting ghost.
Talk about gaslighting. Oh, come on.
And I
We
do
hope
mean...
you enjoyed another list with Radio from Hell on X96.
Oh,
The farting ghost.
It's a ghost. Play for Today, The Cure, because on this day, Play for Today. In 1980, The Cure released their second studio album, 17 Seconds. Many songs on there, like A Forest, and maybe that one.
Not really familiar with that one very much.
All right, we will, that's an If You Know, You Know.
Yeah.
6:41, time for some big boy news. Right after the news, it's Frank Christ Presents They're Fine, They're Just Fine, the Dead Celebrity Game. Going to give you a list of 4 celebrity names. 3 of those celebrities are just fine. One of them is dead. If you pick the dead one correctly, you'll win what?
I was thinking about holding on to these, but I'm going to spoil you this morning. LCD Sound System tickets.
Yeah. For playing Frank Christ Presents. 877-602-9696 is the number to call. Line up when you feel. Sooner the better, though, because we're going to play right after this. Big Boy News and Opinioendo, brought to you by.
Help all of us at Jerry Seiner Cadillac celebrate our new location with an incredible buying experience for your dream car. Come in today to experience the Seiner difference.
Actor Michelle Trachtenberg died as a result of complications from diabetes, according to the New York City Medical Examiner's Office this week. The office said in a statement that it amended the cause and manner of death for the 39-year-old New York City native following a review of laboratory tests. Trachtenberg, who was known for Gossip Girl, Buffy the Vampire Slayer, and Harriet the Spy, was found unconscious and unresponsive in her luxury apartment tower in Manhattan back in February. Officials at the time said no foul play was suspected, and the medical examiner's office had listed her death as undetermined, but Trachtenberg's family had objected to an autopsy, which the medical examiner's office honored because there was no evidence of criminality. Her representative did not immediately respond to an email seeking comment. Sarah Michelle Gellar, Taylor Momsen, Blake Lively were among the celebrities who mourned Trachtenberg when her death was announced back in February. I don't remember it. I think it sort of slipped by us, I think. Trachtenberg was 8 years old when she began playing Mona Mecklenburg on Nickelodeon's The Adventures of Pete and Pete from 1994 to 96, and then she starred in the title role in Harriet the Spy, and she was in Inspector Gadget opposite Matthew Broderick. She was 40-something, and 39 years
39.
old. 39. Well, a 20-year-old Florida State University student and son of a sheriff's deputy opened fire on campus yesterday, just before noon. 2 people were killed and multiple people were injured. The suspect, identified by authorities as Phoenix Eichner, started shooting just before noon using a handgun that he had access to from his mother, who is a sheriff's deputy with the Leon County Sheriff's Office. A spokesperson for Tallahassee Memorial Health Care told the Scripps News Group that it was treating 6 patients in relation to the shooting, ranging from serious to critical condition. Police said the suspect shooter was transported to the hospital. He had injuries after being, as they put it, neutralized by campus police officers. The suspect's mother is not currently on leave from the sheriff's office. The sheriff added that the suspected shooter is also a longstanding member of the sheriff's office Youth Advisory Council. He has been steeped in the Leon County Sheriff's Office family, engaged in a number of training programs that we have, so it's not surprising that he had access to weapons, said the police chief. More about the story, I'm sure, will develop in the hours and days following.
Things like this take place, Bill.
Yeah.
That was the quote Trump made about
Do you
the
have
shooting.
anything to say about the shooting? Well, things like this happen.
Yes.
Yeah.
And, it's the person who shoots. It's not the gun.
We're beyond thoughts and prayers now.
Yes, we just don't even care.
Yeah. Several Mill Creek families recently received a letter from the Department of Homeland Security saying, get out of the country. Marcy Matheson is a neighbor of one of the families. She says, I was driving with her in the car, and she just told me a really bad thing happened today and told me about this letter that she got, and I was just appalled, said Ms. Matheson. I was just appalled that something like this could happen. Attorney Jim McConkey is representing the family who the country from Venezuela, who is AI writes these, I guess. I don't. Representing the family who is in the country from Venezuela legally for safety reasons. If you're going to kick somebody out and change their life, you've got to tell them why, and then they have to have the opportunity to present their side of the story, said McConkey. It's a scenario that has also happened on college campuses in Utah. BYU student Suguru Onda is earning his Ph.D. He said his Department of Homeland Security student registration was terminated. They say I have to leave within 15 days after the termination, so which is 2 weeks. So, that's really soon, Onda said. I have a family and 5 children. His lawyer, Adam Crack, said something was flagged after a criminal record review, but claims the only thing that came up were 2 speeding tickets and a fishing violation. This is
probably a member of MS-13, considering that long criminal record.
God forbid he's a Bulls fan.
Well, and part of what happens here too, you start deporting these people. These are people who are in this country earning degrees, like he's getting a PhD, and they either go back to their own country and put that knowledge to good use there, or many of them stay here and contribute to science and medicine and things like that here.
Like they're already doing as legal residents.
Yeah. Emergency crews responded to a South Jordan lake on Thursday after a truck drove into the water and overturned. Witness who saw the crash said the driver was unconscious and in the lake when he was pulled from the water by some good Samaritans. It was pretty dramatic, apparently. South Jordan police said the truck hit an unoccupied parked car, then hit an abutment, a concrete, and then it flipped over and went into the lake, upside down.
That photo's crazy, x96.com. There's, is
Is
that deep or is that floating, the car?
It's not real deep.
It's not real deep.
It's that, I think it's that lake at daybreak.
It is.
I jumped into the water. I started checking the truck to see if there was anyone inside, as best I could, said Christian Doffermeyer. And then another man jumped in with me. We both were able to undo his seatbelt and get him out of the truck. Once Doffermeyer and the other man brought the unconscious driver to shore, other bystanders started giving him a CPR. It was...
Well, it's because the truck flipped over
Yeah.
that made it dangerous.
Yeah.
If he'd have just drove into it, he would have been fine. But
Starting Friday night, the Utah Department of Transportation is closing Interstate 15 in Davis County overnight both ways to place beams on a new I-15 interchange in Farmington. The closure will take place over 5 nights. I-15 between 200 North and Park Lane will be closed in both directions during the following times. Friday, April 18th, 10 p.m. to 8 a.m. Monday, April 21st through Thursday, April 24th, 10 p.m. to 6 a.m. So just be aware. You're going to have to go around. I guess you use the, the Parkway, the Legacy Parkway. I think that you can use that. During the closures, traffic will be detoured to Highway 89 and Main Street in Kaysville.
I'm looking at the photo also posted at x96.com. That is going to be a pain in the ass.
Yeah, but I mean, fortunately, it's in the wee hours when there's not a lot of people out.
But man, taking freeway traffic through Main Street of Kaysville, again, that was my old stomping ground. That is going to be a big mess down there.
As efforts proceed to examine the 150-plus small dogs removed this week from an Ogden home, many organizations and well-wishers have pitched in to help Weber County Animal Services contend with the situation. The community partners are really coming through, said Weber County Commissioner Sharon Bolos. The community has just come through in an amazing way and made this bearable. While the examination of the dogs continues ahead of putting them up for adoption or foster placement, Bolos said that the canines seem to be in relatively good shape given the circumstances. She visited the county-owned Weber County Animal Services facility in Ogden and saw the animals, none of which had to be euthanized. I saw a picture of a couple of little tiny dogs that they'd rescued there. They look so sad.
Excuse me, I'm sorry. This was my dog. His name was Tippy.
A feud is brewing between Donald Trump and the Federal Reserve following critical remarks made by Fed Chairman Jerome Powell regarding the economy. Just hours after the Fed's top official expressed concerns over the ongoing trade war and the implications of tariffs, the president took to Truth Social to suggest that the chairman's time at the helm may be nearing its end. The law says nobody can fire the chairman of the Fed.
Really?
Yeah. You can't fire him.
But he's going to be leaving the job soon.
His term is up in a few months. But you can't fire him. But Trump is threatening to fire him, which is not legal.
No. But it's not going to stop him because who's going to hold him,
Here's what I don't get. Here's a story, and this story has been coming up in the news. Are we prepared for the upcoming Real ID deadline? 95%. So that's when you look at your driver's license, you're supposed to have this little gold star on there.
Yeah.
I did that years ago.
Mm-hmm.
There's a deadline that's now just coming up.
I was going to say, is it something to do with the SAVE Act or
Utah began implementing Real ID compliance years ago with a complete redesign of driver's licenses and ID cards in 2018. The state started printing the compliant cards in 2019 and sent notification letters to residents whose licenses had expired dates beyond October of that year. Well, the good news is 95% of Utah is compliant.
Yeah.
But if you're not, they won't let you get on a plane without one of those driver's licenses that has a star on it.
Hell, like my last license had that star on it. Yeah. I've renewed it.
Yeah. And this one... It's the story. It's in a magazine called The Spectator World. Who should have Elon's next child? Now, listen. I have contacted the Musk people, and I have said I am perfectly willing to have Elon's next baby. If you want to have me be the one, I will be the one to have Elon's next child. But I haven't heard back from them.
What?
They have not responded at all, so I don't know how serious about this.
Somebody get on that game show idea. Who'll have Elon's next child?
I'll do it, but you know. And finally, did you know that you can mail potatoes without packaging them?
Can you?
One may mail potatoes simply by writing the destination of the potato, the destination you want the potato to go on the potato, weigh the potato, pay the appropriate postage, and then the potato will be conveyed to that destination by the hardworking men and women of the United States Postal Service.
While they're still employed.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. As with coconuts, potatoes can be mailed without being in a box. Simply write the address on the potato.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's so weird. And I think I've seen people do that with coconuts. Just put an address on it and send it.
Can we do that with other things? Or is it just potatoes and coconuts?
As far as I know, it's just potatoes and coconuts.
Legally, man, it's only those two.
All right.
Okay.
Sports weather traffic.
Sports in the world of football. A 62-year-old Everton fan who filmed himself stealing food has been slapped with a lifetime ban from the club's new stadium on the Bramley Moor dock before it has officially opened. This came after a video circulated on social media which appeared to show the fan in question walk away with his food without paying. He was brought a box of chicken strips by a member of the catering staff before asking for a, quote, black coffee with sugar. And once the staff had turned his back, he abandoned the counter seemingly without paying, saying, adios, amigo, as he sauntered away. Following inquiries into a social media clip showing clear theft of food during the first test event at Everton Stadium, a 62-year-old male from Rain Hill area was identified as being responsible, a club spokesperson said. It resolved when he tried to pay the full terrible amount of £12 and 75 whatever, which is the equivalent of about $16 here in the United States of America.
What language are you speaking?
Yeah,
British.
I have no idea what you just said.
Do you not like my sports reports?
You could have mentioned that the gymnastics team, fourth-ranked gymnastics team, Red Rocks, made a big comeback and made the semifinals in the NCAA.
Well, we can't because we're running out of time. Going over to weather, taking a peek at that. High of 46 today. We should get a little bit more spotty sprinkles through the morning, which should taper off as we get into the afternoon. It's going to be dry as a bone from what the weather app is telling me here over the next few days. High of 53 tomorrow, high of 62 on Sunday. Taking a peek at traffic. There is still that crash, I-215 westbound near, Taylorsville, that has some debris on the road but isn't causing too much slowage. But really, that's about it out there. What are you seeing, though? If you can safely text me, 33986 is the line where you can share your own traffic report with me.
Frank Crest in the studio, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, I'm glad I got my hoodie on.
Oh.
It gets so cold in here.
Terribly sorry.
I know you can't help it.
I can't.
No. It's odd that we've become so familiar with you, Frank. The specter of death.
Yeah.
Frank is...
Well, I come for everybody, not just our precious celebrities.
Well, but you specialize.
I should say we.
Yeah.
Yeah, we. There are other reapers.
There are many reapers.
Frank is the one that's assigned to reap the souls of celebrities when they die, and it's horrible for him. Because he loves them.
I love our precious celebrities. We all want to be just like them. Everything they say and do is right.
That's right. Frank is, as you would expect a reaper to be. He is a skeletal figure wearing a robe with a hood. He's got a scythe. And he goes from place to place to collect the souls of celebrities in an electric scooter with a sidecar.
Well, I love our environment, and I hate horses.
There you go. Frank joins us to play a game we call Frank Chris Presents.
They're fine. They're just fine.
He's given me a list of actors, 4 actors, and on this list, 3 of those actors are...
Oh, they're just fine.
But one of them,
one
of them, Frank, is taken. And if a contestant can guess the dead celebrity, they will win tickets to...
LCD sound system. Yeah, big one.
Good tickets. So who do we have?
Beth is here.
Beth, good morning. How are you?
I'm fine. I'm just fine.
That's good, Beth. That's good. Now, Beth, you'll win these LCD sound system tickets if you identify the dead celebrity. Because it's International Jugglers Day, Frank has given me a list of actors in movies that have jugglers in them.
There are that many.
There are many, as a matter of fact. All right, number 1 on the list is Leslie Caron. She began her career as a ballerina, and then she made her film debut in the wonderful musical An American in Paris. Caron starred in films like The Glass Slipper, Daddy Longlegs, and Gigi. Some of her other roles include Is Paris Burning, The Man Who Loved Women, Valentino, and Damage. She was in Chocolat, featuring a traveling juggler. Number 1, Leslie Caron. Number 2, Bill Macy. He was an original cast member of the off-Broadway sensation Oh, Calcutta. On TV, he was Walter, Maude's husband on Maude. Other film credits include The Late Show, Serial, Bad Medicine, Tales from the Dark Side, Me, Myself, and I, and Analyze This. He is in The Jerk. And if you'll remember, Steve Martin's character attempts to juggle cats. Number 2, Bill Macy. Number 3, Edie McClurg. She was had sporting roles in Carrie, Ferris Bueller's Day Off, and Elvira, Mistress of the Dark. Bit parts in Cheech and Chong's next movie, Mr. Mom, Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. She is a voice in the animated A Bug's Tale, which features juggling ladybugs. Number 3, Edie McClurg. And finally, number 4, James Brolin, best known for his TV roles such as Steve Kiley on Marcus Welby, MD, and Peter McDermott on Hotel. Some of his film roles included Skyjack, Westworld, Traffic, and Catch Me If You Can. He starred in Night of the Juggler as an ex-cop whose daughter is kidnapped by a psychopathic juggler. Number 4, James Brolin.
I need to pull that one out of the library.
Yeah. All right. So, Beth, which one of those actors is dead?
Is it Bill Macy?
It is Bill Macy. Yeah, he died in 2019. He was 97.
Too soon.
You know, he was totally naked, as other cast members were in Oh, Calcutta. And when he was asked if it bothered him, you know, if he was worried about being completely nude in the play and in the movie, he said, "No, I'm from Brooklyn."
Oh, but that's what we call bad naked, Bill.
Yeah,
Sorry.
he was not. It's not somebody you really wanted to see naked, but there he was. All right, congratulations, Beth. You're going to go see LCD Sound System.
I'm excited.
You should be. They're great. Hang on the line, and Katie will tell you what you need to do next.
All right. Well, I have to go check on Haley Mills.
Oh, hey, she's pretty old.
79 today.
I was surprised that Leslie Caron is still alive.
Oh, yeah?
She's 93.
93?
Yeah. I don't know when her birthday is, but you should check on that.
Well, I will, but, you may want to put her on your list next year.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Remember when I said everything they say and do is right about celebrities?
Yeah.
James Wood is 78. I was wrong about that.
Yeah.
That doesn't always work.
Most of the time.
Most of the time. Goodbye, everybody. Goodbye.
Goodbye, Frank.
See, this is why you got to text in the traffic, and I'm happy that people are doing so, even if it's angrily at me, because on I-215, that little incident that I was reporting on earlier, UDOT is not reporting that it's closed and people are being diverted onto Redwood Road. I never would have been notified of that, but thanks, UDOT.
What's the deal, UDOT?
I have no idea, but people are also texting in. It's coming up as, again, a minor incident on UDOT, an 8-car pileup due to slippery roads on Highway 89 near Lagoon. Again, minor incident on the UDOT traffic map, but apparently 3 lanes are blocked there.
If it's more than 8 cars, then it's not a minor incident.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like that seems like a really big deal, and it's not being reported on. So,
Someone wake up the guy at UDOT.
Please.
The one guy.
Or just text me your traffic report. 33986 is the text line where you can do that.
All right. KXRK Provo. We will take a break. We'll be back. Sean Means reviewing movies.
Earlier, and I'm hungry for a sandwich.
Really? Sometimes just a good cheap gas station sandwich.
Will you eat a gas station sandwich?
Yeah, occasionally, if I have to.
I don't trust a gas station sandwich.
How about a hoagie?
I don't not
have a hoagie?
Not. You don't know how. You know how long they've been sitting there? The sandwich at the gas station is way down on the list of priorities for the people that work at the gas station.
Yeah.
They don't care about
No.
turnover or.
Now we got sandwiches out here in the cooler, and I don't know what kind.
Here?
Yeah.
Right now? There's sandwiches here
There's sandwiches out there right now.
Where?
out in the cooler there. You know where you could buy the drinks and stuff?
Yeah. Again, how long are they out there?
I don't know. Well, will you do a gas station hot dog?
Okay.
All right. Oh, your cat. Okay.
Maverick is like high-end convenience store gas station.
Yeah, they have
Hot
good.
dog.
They have. I
stuff.
trust Maverick.
You trust a gas station sandwich from Maverick?
Yeah,
I trust.
I would.
Okay.
I think they take pride in the food that they offer at their.
Yeah, I've
Maverick
had
has
them.
all the good stuff.
They have the Bahama Mama.
They got the best bathrooms. If you're
Their coffee is even pretty good.
yeah, they have the soda fountain. This sounds like an ad for Maverick. They have the soda fountain with like 50 different sodas, and you can add little vanilla to it, like I like.
Like
to
you
do.
like.
They have the good ice.
About-
Maverick knows what they're doing.
By the way, the owner of Maverick, Keith Maverick. Keith Maverick. I'm just with Keith. We're going to send you a bill.
I'm gonna send you a bill.
Oh, if we're traveling, we're talking about road trips earlier.
Yeah.
It's Memorial Day. People are taking road trips. We will
I do too.
destination Maverick on a road.
I try to stop stop at a Maverick, and I'd rather go to a Maverick than a drive-through fast food place.
Oh yeah.
Really.
Now, you mentioned the flavored syrup for your sodas. I heard someone bitching about the movie theater ones. You know, where you pre-select
the
your
freestyle.
Yeah.
What was their complaint?
They just didn't care for them at all, and I'm like, what are you talking about?
It's not a good mix. I like it when I can mix my own.
Oh, is that the complaint?
Yeah, because the freestyle is a pre-mixed thing. But
Yeah, I don't mind.
yeah.
Get a,
Oh, well, you
cherry.
want to know my freestyle trick?
There is one.
Yeah. Well,
Is that they
if
have
you-
that at Harmon's too, don't they? That freestyle.
no.
No.
It's like a soda fountain.
Yeah, I know. I thought I saw one at Harmon's.
Here's my trick. So you have a pure drink that is the drink that you wanted,
Okay, say-
untainted by other drinks.
Say it's Diet Coke. All right.
Always go to the water tab
Mm-hmm.
and run a little water through there first.
Oh, otherwise you're getting the flavor of the leftover.
Yep.
Okay. Oh, that's a good.
That's
trick.
my little freestyle.
You know, Gina, you are so amazingly creative about things that don't matter.
No,
That,
this,
that matters.
Just
this is helpful because
you
I'm.
put your brain to these things.
It's
just
helpful
a little
be-
water, just
because
a little-
I'm making my twice yearly trip to the movie theater, and I need to know
Do a
this.
little rinse
Okay.
because they all come through the same spigot.
All right. Thank you.
My little tip.
603-986.
Trent in Layton says he's not really sure what these movies things are, but he's excited to learn more.
Okay.
He doesn't know what a movie is?
That's what Trent in Layton says.
Well, he lives in Layton. I can believe it.
Okay, all right. Is this a sponsored feature?
Let us see. I got all these papers here, folks. No.
All right.
All right, then. Here he is, Sean Means. He's from he's from Washington originally, but I think, right?
Texas,
Yeah?
Texas originally.
Oh,
but-
really? I didn't.
But, you know.
Yeah.
But mostly Washington State is where I grew up, yes.
Sean is a reporter and editor at the Salt Lake Tribune, sltrib.com, and he's a movie reviewer. You can find his movie reviews at moviecricket.net. All right, what do we got?
We got 3 new movies to talk about. They're all really good.
Oh.
That's a nice thing. We'll start with The Ugly Stepsister. This is a very disturbing take on a classic fairy tale from Norway. We have Elvira, who's she's not ugly. She's just not a beauty queen. Her nose is a bit off. She wears braces. But then the prince in this kingdom says he wants to meet all the young virgins so he can find himself a bride. And Elvira's mother is going to go all out to get her there. Okay. Some of this involves medieval plastic surgery with a chisel.
Oh.
That was sewing on false eyelashes, and the finishing school's weight loss secret, tapeworm egg. So as all that indicates, yeah, we're doing body horror here. Not as extreme as The Substance, but you know what is.
Is it a comedy?
No, it is very dark.
Okay.
That's Norwegian.
Yeah. And what's really interesting here is how the filmmaker pinpoints how much of we think of the evil stepsister. Not so much evil as just terrified.
Yeah.
Scared of her mother, scared of being alone, scared of getting comeuppance for how they've treated poor little Cinderella. And the real enemy might be the patriarchy that sets all these insane beauty standards.
Exactly.
3.5 stars for The Ugly Stepsister. It's over at the Broadway.
All right.
Subtitled, I assume.
Yes, he's in Norwegian. So yeah.
All right.
Next is The Wedding Banquet. This is a remake, actually, of a 1993 Ang Lee movie.
Oh, I didn't know that.
First movie that ever quoted me in an ad.
Really?
Yeah, that's kind of cool. In that movie, it was an immigrant, Chinese immigrant who's gay, marries a woman so he can get his green card because he can't marry his boyfriend because it's 1993.
Sure.
He couldn't do that yet. Right. So in the new version, we have a Korean immigrant who in Seattle who could marry his boyfriend, but his rich family back at home in Korea would probably disown him.
Yeah.
And the boyfriend, played by Bowen Yang, doesn't want to ruin his life like that.
Yeah.
So he says no. So the Korean immigrant, actor named Han Ji Chen, asks his boyfriend's best friend, Angela, played by Kelly Marie Tran, to marry him. And Angela is in a committed relationship with Lee, played by Lily Gladstone. Nice,
I see.
But Angela and Lee want to have a baby. And Lee's gone through IVF twice and failed, and they can't afford a third try. So the immigrant, Min, he offers to pay for Lee's IVF if Angela will do the green card wedding.
All right.
And then things get complicated when Min's grandmother, played by Yoon Yoo-hung, who won the Oscar for Minari a couple years ago, suddenly arrives to meet the fiance. And Grandma insists on a traditional Korean wedding, all the bells and whistles.
Yeah,
so yeah,
involved.
This is very funny. It's very sweet. I love the ensemble cast. Kelly Marie Tran, I think, is lovely. She's very cool.
Absolutely.
She took so much crap when she was in the Star Wars movie.
Bad Star Wars fans.
Bad Star Wars fans. Lily Gladstone, also lovely. Bowen Yang, of course, he's really funny here, and also he actually shows he can do serious.
He can do some acting.
Yeah. I would say this version is better than the 93, but it does raise the stakes in some interesting ways, and it's true to life now.
Okay.
So
it's kind of an upgrade.
A good update.
It's a good update.
Yeah.
3.5 stars, and it's playing at a few places around town.
All right.
Now, this is the one I've been waiting for.
Yeah. Sinners. This is a movie, you come because you see the vampire carnage in the trailer. Mm-hmm. And you stay because the supernatural lore and the period depiction of the Jim Crow South. Mm-hmm. It's 1932. You've got twin brothers named Smoke and Stack. Those are their nicknames. And they've come home to Mississippi with a lot of money and a truck of bootleg booze they got in Chicago. They don't want to talk about how they got it. And it's assumed they did something when they were up in Chicago, and that it will be only a matter of time before somebody comes down to get it back and do nasty things.
Yeah.
Their dream is to open a juke joint, which they do, and they find a young man, a preacher's son, who plays blues guitar so beautiful that they say, "This kid, you got to come play for us." And as it's explained in the movie, some people make music that's so beautiful that it crosses generations, brings past and future together, and sometimes something evil will follow in that wake, which is where the vampires come in. And well, I mean, they only come in when they're invited. That's a rule.
Oh, okay.
The twins are played by Michael B. Jordan. He's really good. He's really having fun playing these sort of opposite characters, frequently in the same frame. Directed by Ryan Coogler. Jordan and Coogler, every movie Coogler's made, Michael Jordan's been in it. Fruitvale Station, Creed, both Black Panther movies. And Coogler is really good on the mythology and the sort of magical realism. When there's a great scene where when the kid is playing, in the juke joint, you start seeing like West African drummers walking on the dance floor, and then like breakdancers and turntablists and so on. And it's like past and future all mixing in the
supernatural.
Party. It's very cool. It's a nice sort of magical realism. But then there's vampires. It does take a minute for the vampire stuff to kick in, which if you have just a tad bit of patience, it's fine. What you're getting up to then is really cool. It's very exciting, but when it does happen, it's very exciting. It's very chilling. It reminded me actually a little bit of From Dusk Till Dawn.
Oh, okay.
In that way, so
it's pretty gory too, isn't it?
It ain't sparing. It is definitely an R-rated movie. Yeah. So, 3.5 stars for Sinners.
Wait, Buddy Guy is in this movie?
Yes, but I'm not going to say a word about why.
Okay.
So, 3.5 stars for Sinners, and it's playing all over the place. One bit of advice: when the credits start rolling, don't move. Stay.
Oh.
There's a few minutes more stuff that you gotta sit for and enjoy.
Okay.
3.5 for Sinners,
and that's playing everywhere.
That's everywhere.
All right. Next week
we got The Accountant 2.
Ben Affleck.
Ben Affleck is back, and this time he's got John Bernthal as his assassin brother, hitman brother, or something like that.
Okay.
Because it's a Bernthal. It's John Bernthal. He's got to do.
Yeah.
He's got to shoot somebody.
He's got to be a brute.
Yeah. And then there's The Legend of Ochi, which is sort of a strange children's fable about magical creatures being hunted by humans. This is a movie where you know things are going to be weird, but then you see Willem Dafoe. Okay, just got weirder.
Yep. Always does.
Yep.
Thank you, Sean Means. Sean Means, sltrib.com, moviecricket.net.
All right, traffic, please.
Oh my goodness, there is a lot of it. Because of the sleet in Farmington, I'm assuming that led to the major pileup on Highway 89 near Lagoon. It says it's closed at the moment, Highway 89. Don't know whether it's being diverted, don't know what. But you guys are out there, and you can always tell me, 33986. And, of course, going on over on I-215 near Taylorsville, there is what was reported as a minor incident on UDOT that people are telling me is being diverted onto Redwood Road. So, yet again, I'm relying on your text messages this morning for my traffic. 33986 is the text line where people can do so. Like this person, freeway is closed going west. Everyone gets off on Redwood. It's a parking lot. Stay away. Yeah, that's not a major issue according to UDOT. 33986, please.
All right, Boner's coming up. Here are the candidates you'll vote for. Boner candidate number 1. Kinky Kelly is spraying again. Boner candidate number 2. You don't ever go behind the counter at the Mickey D. And Boner candidate number 3. Marry an incel or you're out.
All right.
Yes, but first we got to get around to giving you some sweet cash because you can win $1,000 in another flippin' cash contest on X96. Listen for the keywords that we'll announce at approximately 7:15 a.m., 10:15 a.m., 1:15 p.m., and 5:15 p.m., with each keyword being a unique entry for you. Listen all day to increase your chances of winning. It's pure bribery, with right now the keyword being slot. S-L-O-T, slot. Send that to, this is a unique number, remember it, 508-777-1000. That's 508-777-1000 for cash, for the chance to win $1,000 cash in this nationwide contest. Get more official rules over at x96.com.
I got one right here.
All right. Okay.
It's Radio from Hell with another list, because people love a good list. X96.
Brought to you by Nate Bargatze, the Funny Tour at Delta Center /Vivint Arena on Friday, September 29th and Saturday, September 30th. Tickets on sale at Ticketmaster.com.
He's very funny. I like him a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I bet he is not on this list.
I hope not.
Because the list is 10 people who are universally loved, but who are actually jerks.
Okay.
Okay.
I
have a prediction for this list, but go ahead.
And Nate Bargatze is a nice guy who I predict is in real life actually a nice guy.
But you don't know that.
I don't know that. Maybe he is. I haven't read all the way through the list. Let's see.
Okay.
Number 1. The beloved character of Radar in MASH is played by Gary Berghoff, adored by viewers, but according to one of his co-stars, he was very difficult to work with and had a negative attitude toward the crew.
Mm-hmm.
Meanwhile, Larry Linville, who played Major Frank Burns, was actually a very nice person in real life, but received mistreatment from the public due to his character's unlikable personality.
Which is why he quit.
Oh, really?
One of the many reasons why he quit.
Because people just hated Frank Burns?
Yeah. He says, I can't. He says, well, I can't get work because everybody thinks that I'm this guy.
Which means he's a really good actor, I think.
And he also said that, that where do you go with the character? You can't humanize this character,
Number 2. According to a former restaurant worker at Disneyland, 2 people, Howie Mandel and Bobby McFerrin, they weren't there together. These are just separate incidents. Were some of their most awful celebrity guests. And part of the reason is they let their children create chaos and run wild and break things, and they did not try to stop them from doing it. They're one of those parents that's just like, oh, we'll let the kids climb on everything and break things. And no,
it's an unlikable trait, but they're not a jerk.
I've heard that
because
about.
of that.
I've heard that about Howie Mandel.
That he just lets his kids run wild,
and that he's an ass. Yeah.
Let's see. Rachel Ray.
Yeah, I've heard this.
She is very unfriendly, not just to her audience, but to her guests, especially off camera. Nobody likes Rachel Ray. John Stamos. Nobody likes John Stamos. From Full House.
Yeah.
This is like being violent toward women. They're talking about. I've never heard that about him.
Oh.
That's a bigger jerk than just a jerk.
Yeah.
Here's one that kind of surprises me: Bill Nye the Science Guy.
Huh.
As someone we look up to as a hero, it can be heartbreaking to discover they don't live up to our expectations. A fan of Bill Nye's educational children's show expressed disappointment after personally experiencing his rudeness and difficulty interacting with fans. The fan said, "It's the saddest moment. Don't meet your heroes. He was really mean to me."
What did he do, though?
It doesn't say. It just says he was mean.
Because he's a smarty pants and has, in the last few years, kind of taken the role of voicing concerns of things like global warming.
Which I appreciate. I mean,
Yeah.
I like it when he stands up for stuff like that. And I guess I would say the side note to this is sometimes celebrities, you don't know what they have going on in their life when you encounter them out in public. They might be dealing with something that they are not in a place where they can be friendly with fans.
Sure.
It doesn't mean they're a jerk. They're just like, I've got some stuff going on, and it happens.
I gotta see him live at EDC in 2019 when he introed the festival. It was really interesting.
Let's see. Steve Jobs, legendary co-founder, former CEO of Apple, may not have been as universally loved as many believe. While Jobs is widely regarded as one of our time's greatest innovators and business leaders, his notorious temper and abrasive personality were also well known. People didn't like working with him like that.
You're telling me a billionaire was out of touch?
Let's see. Martha Stewart, iconic domestic diva, may not be as gentle and as kind as she appears on her television show. The critic claims to have witnessed Stewart berating her assistant in the harshest of terms, calling them, quote, a worthless piece of S for dropping her handbag.
Boy, it's a good thing Bill's not here.
He'd be standing up for Martha.
He'd be
And
calling it a list of lies is what he'd be calling it.
It's a list of lies.
And finally, this Beyonce, one of the biggest stars in the world, may not be as gracious and kind as many would hope, according to one commenter who shared their experience working at a restaurant that many celebrities visit. Beyonce and Jay-Z were universally hated by the staff. They were entitled and rude, and nobody wanted to wait on them. When they first started coming to the restaurant, everybody would fight over who got to wait on them. And then after a while, nobody wanted to because they ran them around and didn't tip them very well. So there's just a tiny list.
I guess
That's how you know people are awful, is how they treat wait staff.
Yep.
Oh,
and that's 100%. That's not just celebrities. That's like people.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you're on a date with somebody and you go out to dinner and that person is rude to the wait staff, that should be that should tell you everything you need to know about the person, and you shouldn't go out with them.
I'm surprised that Bill Murray wasn't on that
He
list.
wasn't, no. Because, he's universally loved and a jerk.
Yeah.
But,
He's an ass from everything I've heard about him.
I didn't create the list. I just read the list.
Yeah.
Yeah, just the reader of the list. Don't shoot the reader
No,
of the
please.
list.
We hope you'd enjoyed another list with Radio from Hell on X96.
Because on this day, in 1989, Pixies released their second studio album, Doolittle, featuring Here Comes Your Man, which you've heard a million times, but Debaser, and that song also featured on the cover a monkey with a halo.
Yeah.
Monkey Gone to Heaven. Let's see. If God is 7, then Frank Black is 10. Someone text in. Fan of the Pixies. All right. Let's begin with some boners of the day. 3 news stories. These will be examples of bad, stupid, funny human behavior. And you will decide with your vote. Of these 3 candidates, which one is the worst? Which one deserves to be boner of the day for today, April 18, 2025? We'll give you 2 candidates now, a third after the news. Once you've heard all 3, then you will vote. One of you lucky random boner voters will receive.
Don't even try buying me off. I have the will of a person who can't be bought off. You got to win it. It's a boner T-shirt.
Here's boner candidate number 1. Kinky Kelly is spraying again. I know she was nominated for a boner before. I don't recall whether she won. The OnlyFans model who was recently arrested for spraying her urine on more than $1,500 worth of merchandise in a grocery store has been hit with 5 more criminal counts for an alleged pee spree at a hotel.